this because a lot of you are missing this. I literally had to have this conversation with multiple basketball players at multiple levels today alone. Because here's the thing, and this happens with a lot of you, and I understand it because this is the information generation, right? Any information you want is at the tip of your fingers, or you search Google and it's right there. And what that does is it kind of causes you to kind of treat information as a commodity, and that hurts you in many cases. It'll hurt you in school or hurt you wherever, but it definitely hurts you when it comes to the gym and trying to train and build skill. Here's what I mean, okay? A lot of you are taking your trainers, what they're teaching you, and you're treating it like a fact from history class. Oh, you studied Christopher Columbus, so you know that Christopher Columbus sailed on this day and he did this. And I'm just making up some random example. Please, no one come at me because I used a Christopher Columbus example. But my point is this: you're using it as that fact, and then you walk out of this workout with your trainer and you go in your driveway and work out, or the gym where you work out, team practice, games, and you don't use the information that's given to you. So that means when you go about it that way, now all of a sudden what's going to happen is it's going to take you twice as long to build it. Because one, you're going to go work on it on your own the wrong way because you're not really using the facts that were given. It's just some random fact that you could pull up again if you had a test on a Tuesday, something like that, right? That's history class. What I need you to start seeing it is I need you to start seeing it as math class. Math class, right? Here's what I mean by that. In math, you're not just going to get some random fact that you might use again or might not. You're going to get an equation on how to solve a certain problem, and then you're going to be able to repeat that over and over and over and over again. Let's say you learned about how to budget expenses and profit in a business, right? Well, you practiced on some examples at school. You went home and you practiced on your parents' business. I'm just making random examples right here, but my point is you're going to get an equation that you can apply to the problems you need to solve over and over again. Well, that's kind of how a trainer should be training you. You should be getting the solutions, the things that you can change it where even during a workout, maybe you're correcting it as much as he's correcting it or she's correcting it. And then when you get in the driveway, you can make sure that you're doing it right. And yeah, you might mess up, shot might come offline, but you're not mad and just keep shooting the same bad shot. Instead, you're using the math to solve the problem, right? Oh, my base isn't loaded. I didn't lock my ball the right way. I didn't lift my ball the right way. Whatever it may be. I'm not trying to get into all these random basketball examples, but you get my point. But the majority of you are treating this like just another piece of information you get from history class. It needs to be the math, and you need to do the math, and you need to apply the equation, because when you do, you're going to get the results you want. Every shooter, every player that I've ever worked with where skill came fast is when it became math. Not the people who didn't do it when they were outside of the workouts with me, but they could come back in here the next workout and, repeat what I told them the fact is. The ones who I seen change between the workout that we had and the last one and the current one, and I see change because obviously they used the math equation to grow, to expand, to go further in what they're trying to build. The math is what builds it, not the history fact. So you got to look at yourself for what you're doing. Are you doing this in the history way, or are you doing this in the math way? Because if you're in history, you need to change. You need to think about change immediately, fast, quickly, because it's going to slow you down. It's going to hold you back. And you got to think like that. So really get with the math. The last thing I would say is if your trainer's not teaching you math, run away. Go find another trainer. And what I mean by that is there's trainers out there, and I'm not knocking anybody specific, but they'll just teach you history. Hey, just dribble between these cones and between your legs, or dribble in these cones between your legs. Hey, run over there and shoot that shot. No education on what's the right way to solve those type of problems when it doesn't go right and you don't hit that shot, or you don't understand how to transition your feet out of the move. There's got to be some kind of math equation that solves that problem. Well, I use my hips and then I drive my knee and that allows the hip. Whatever it may be. Again, I'm not trying to get into all these random basketball examples. You get the point. But make sure you get the point that you need the math, you want the math, and the math is the fastest way to get to where you want to be as far as a basketball player. If this was very helpful, and I really hope that it is, make sure you subscribe to this channel. That's what the whole Game Changer channel is about, is giving you value to make you a better player so we can all grow together.